Hey everybody, what is up? It is T-Dubs, and I am back for another building tutorial for you guys today. So this is going to be a little bit of a different style than the last one. We are going to be building a iron farm today, which I made one in my survival world, which I know you guys, if you watched that, you saw, and it does work pretty well, and so I just thought you guys would want to see a tutorial on how to do that. So let's just get started. But what we're going to do is we're going to find our area that we want to build our house, I guess. We are just going to dig down one, and it's going to be the very center of our farm. And what we have to do is make a 19 by 19 area. So we just have to dig out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know the exact coordinates. I should be more prepared than this, but we just have to make a 19 by 19. So I guess this is not your center. Just make a 19 by 19 kind of square area. So I'll just do that really quick. Alright everybody, so now that we have our 19 by 19 area cleared out, just for some more clarification I guess, we're going to break 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks out. So if this is your center, you're going to break 9 blocks out each direction. But now what we're going to do is we're going to come to the center, and we are going to use a block that will be easy to remove. So I'm using these just for right now, but if you are going to actually do this, you probably want to use something, you know, like dirt or something like that, so that you can break easily. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come to the very center, and we're going to build up 12 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So once we get to the 12th block, this is where our beds of our actual, like, where the villagers will be. This is where these guys will actually go. So what we're going to do is we're going to build out about 3 blocks for now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Actually, instead of 3, we're going to come out 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we should have this cross shape. Not including the middle, we have 7 blocks going along each one. So we should have something like this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to connect all of the corners together until we make a, you know, box type of a shape. And then now we are going to be filling this in. So we're going to come to each one, and basically we're going to add 3 layers along each edge. So what we should have is, basically we want a 3 by 3 gap. So what we can do is just kind of go, you know, leave a 3 by 3 gap. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So we should have something that kind of looks like this, and then we're going to fill all of these in. Okay, so just for a little more clarification, what we should have is our stone pillar coming up from the very center, and then we should have 3 blocks going out, just like that, and then we should have this little layer that is 4 blocks going out. So we'll get something that just kind of looks like this. So now what we're going to do is we are going to grab our beds. We're going to grab some glass. And then what we can do is you can grab any workstation for a villager that you want. So you could get a lectern, you could get a composter, you could get barrels, just whatever is easiest. But I'm going to use lecterns in this example. And then we're also going to need our villagers. So you can transfer these villagers however you want. I recommend doing them through the nether and then building a little minecart system that goes up. But we actually have to set the time to day, or not day, night time in order for this to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to this place, and we should be able to place, so what we're going to do is place a bed that's going right here. So 1 away from the kind of hole right here. And then we're going to place 2 blocks of glass, just like that. And now we're going to get our first villager in, which he should connect to this bed. just like that. And now, there you go. So he should go to bed, and then if we place our lectern right here, or any of your other workstation, the villager should turn into that, and then we're just going to simply put glass over him just like that. So now we just have to repeat this process with a few more villagers. So he'll connect to this bed. Yep, just like that. Place our workstation down. And once again, you guys can do this with any workstation. You can do it with barrels. You can do, anything you want. We're going to cover him with glass. And now we just have to do the same thing. We're going to do it 5 times. So here's our third guy. Oh, he went out of bed. My bad. So here's our third guy. And then our fourth guy. He'll connect. He'll sleep. And then we just need to do one more guy. Right there. There. He'll turn into that. And then we can block him off. And then we can do the same thing over there. And as you can see, we already have cats spawning. So that is a good sign. So we should have something like this. This process may take a little while. I know in my survival world it took me a very long time. So don't feel rushed doing this. You don't have to do it at night, but it makes it a lot easier if you do it at night. But I recommend having all of your villagers ready, but you don't want them all in the same area because then they might fight over different beds and stuff. But now we're just going to do the exact same thing on that side that we did on this side. So we'll have our glass right there, and then our 5 beds going on here. Okay, guys, also another thing is we cannot have baby villagers actually in this farm. So unfortunately, we are going to have to kill this guy. And same thing that if you get a villager that has a green coat over it, those guys cannot actually take up professions. So we cannot use that guy as well. Okay guys, we got all of our villagers in place, so now what we are going to do, this step is very important, or if you don't do this step, the entire process could get messed up and it might not work. So what we're going to do is we are going to break any of the blocks that are anywhere near, so we're going to come underneath basically, and we're going to break all of the blocks underneath these guys' beds and workstations, just like this. We're going to do this on both sides of our thing. And what could happen in this situation if you don't end up breaking all of the blocks underneath? All of the villagers could get up, get out of bed, and they would all kind of despawn, or like not despawn, but they would jump out into the other areas. So we need to make sure that there's no blocks near them. So we want to make sure that none are in a 2-block area of them. So we're going to do those blocks and these blocks, and then just to be safe we could do these, but as long as there's a decently big area that they will not jump out, we should be fine. So now if we set it to daytime, time set to day, they should all jump up, and now they are all in place. So we should have something that looks a little bit like this. Alright guys, so once we have something that looks like this, now we are going to come back to the very center. Hold up, something doesn't look right here. Oh yeah, I forgot. These blocks actually do not need to be broken. We can replace these, so my bad on that one. And then, now what we're going to do is come back to the very center, and we're going to build up 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that. And then we're going to come to the very top, and we're going to place a platform for a bed right here. And as you guys will kind of see, a lot of times the villagers they're kind of go gray clouds above their head. That is totally okay. That just means that they're kind of switching back and forth. It won't cause any too much of a problem. For me it didn't, at least. But now what we're going to do is we're going to build a little platform up to here. So we're going to build, actually what we're going to do first before we do this is place a bed right on top of here, just like that. And then we're going to place a block, or we're just going to kind of make a little staircase going up all the way to the top, just like that. And then what you guys can do is you can add a rail system up here. You don't have to, it's totally optional. But now what we're going to do is this part is pretty important to the process. So we're going to need a bell. Oh, no, not that. My bad. We do not need a conduit. We're going to grab our bell. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place this. It doesn't really matter. You can place it anywhere. And then sparkles should appear. And now if we break this, which it might not be close enough to these guys, we're going to place that there. Okay, yeah, there we go. So we got sparkles, and now when we break it, we should get a cloud, like gray clouds above. I did not see what one that actually was, so I'm going to do this again. Okay, it looks like it was this guy. So we're going to mark this guy off just by placing the bell right there. And then if we try one more time, yep, that guy still has the smoke. So this guy is considered our leader of the village, but he might not be at the same time. So what we're going to have to do is actually, I don't know why these guys keep switching back and forth. It's really annoying, but what we're going to do is we're going to actually save and quit. We're just going to reload back into our world, just like this. Okay, now that we've joined back, as you can see, our bell is still here. And if we break this, as you can see, it changed. So now this guy is the one that is kind of breaking. So if your guys stayed the same, it's totally fine. You'll just wait for 1 second. But see this guy, how this guy has changed. We unfortunately have to kill this guy right here. And now, what we actually have to do, we're going to break this bed. Sorry. And then we're going to place this guy in here. We're actually going to set it back to night. So you probably want to do this at nighttime. So that guy connects to this bed. He should connect to a lectern. So if we do that, there we go. And now we can place glass over his head again. And then, as you can see, if we place down our bell again and we break it, it is this guy once again. So we'll just make sure it is once again. Yep. So now we're going to save and quit one more time. Okay, so we are now back in the world. And if we place down our bell and break it, it is still this guy. So that means that this guy is for sure the leader of the village. So what we can do for this guy is we can kind of make a little platform for him to make sure that he will be alright. And you want to do this during nighttime. And then what we're going to do is break this guy out of his area, just like this. And then break him out just like that. I don't know whose lectern just got broken, but whatever. So now this guy, as you can see, he is out. And then what we have to do is place his bed right up here. If he doesn't connect, yeah, he didn't connect. So what we can actually do is make a minecart system. So we can get out some rails, some powered rails. We could get out, and then some just redstone blocks. And then a minecart. I forgot about that. So we just grab a minecart right here. What we're going to do is get this guy inside of our minecart, just like that. And then we can get this guy over to kind of up over into this area. So we might need to kind of do this just like that. And then we can get this guy up to his bed, just like this. Oh, that didn't do anything. And then we can push this guy along, get him up into our kind of area up here, just like that. And then, as you can see, he connected to his bed. So there we go. Now he is asleep, so we can break these minecarts now. And then what we're simply going to do is we're going to kind of like, I guess, encase him with our glass. So, okay, so we are going to take out our glass, and we are just going to encase this guy. Oh, whoops, my bad, buddy. Go back to bed. Alright, so we're just gonna encase this guy with glass, just like this. And there we go. and then we're going to put one more layer of glass on top of him just to be safe, because you never know. And then we're going to take his lectern. We're going to put his lectern right here. That should connect to him just like that. And then we're going to put his bell, which I accidentally broke. We're going to stick his bell right on top of him right here. Should be in the center of the farm. He should connect, and just to make sure one more time, yep, that is him. So there we go. And now we're going to break the blocks underneath him as well. We can break our staircase and our rails going along. Okay, and then we also should break our blocks underneath this guy, just like that. So, oh, and then I forgot we need to break these blocks just like that. So there we go. Now if we, crap, I forgot. We don't need to put a villager in here, but we just need to at least get a bed in here. I forgot about that. My bad, guys. So I'm going to put our bed right in here, and then our lectern, and then encase this with glass. Okay guys, so the next thing we're going to do is we are actually going to get out some slabs, and then we are going to basically encase these guys with our stuff. So we can actually set the time to day, just like that. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to leave the area around these guys kind of opened. So we'll bring this out 4 blocks. So we should be on the corner of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this should match up right along with that block. Perfect, just like that. So this will be a 19 by 19. So what we can do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This should go out to about right here. Just like that. And then this should be about right there. So that is perfect. If you guys are confused, it is just on the 3rd block up of this little area of this platform. So just like that. And then we just have to make the same 19 by 19 platform right along here. So let's fill this all in just like this, and then we're going to basically come back over to this place, and we're going to just fill in 3 blocks going all the way around. Okay, so once we fill in 3 going around the entire thing, we're going to take our solid blocks. We can fill this in right here, just on top of this glass block. So 1, 2, 3, just like that on each side. So just like that. And then what we're going to do is take our slabs and put this right over it. And it is a little difficult to put them down. So what we could do is you can wait for nighttime. So when they're in actual nighttime, it is much easier to place the slabs in, just like that. And then if we set the time to day, yep, everybody fits in perfectly just like that. And then what we're going to do is place a block in, so we should have a 1 block gap before the slabs, just like that. And that should create us a 7 by 7 hole. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like that. So basically from this we have 2 blocks of slabs, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. On this side we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. So just like that. And now what we are going to do is take some temporary blocks. So we could just use really whatever. And then we're going to take out any fence gate, the fence gates that we have, and we're going to put our temporary blocks all around the lining, like the edges of this, and then we're just going to put some of these, we're going to open them up along each of the sides, and what this is going to do is help the water kind of flow, and then the iron golems will be able to fall through if they spawn on this upper platform. So just like this. And then we can remove the temporary blocks underneath, just like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we can actually extend this the entire outside length by 1. So that was my mistake, just like this. So this should actually go 1 over the edges, and then we're going to take out our walls. It can be any type of wall, and we're going to put these right, oh whoops, just so once we get that kind of all in, we should have something that looks similar to this. And now what we're going to do is take out our water buckets. So if we can just grab some of these, and we're going to choose one side of this, and we're going to go all along the edges, just like that. And then we're going to go to the other side, go all along the edges, just like that. Whoops. Just like that. And then we should have a 3-block gap running down the center. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to place a block in the center of each side, just like that. And then just to make the flow even better, we're going to come right to where this water kind of flows like that, and then it stops. We're going to place a water bucket on this side, just on both sides, just like this, there, and then our last one will go right there. So perfect. So as you can see, the water should stop right there. The iron golems would spawn here. Alright guys, so now we are going to take our beds back out. And what we're going to do is come down here, and we're actually going to place 5 more beds. So this should be right along the edge of that. And then what we're going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll show you again on this side if it like a little easier way. If you come right to this center here, place 1 there, and you should place 2 on either side, just like that. And then that is all of the beds that we will need for this farm. So now what we can do is actually break all of the blocks that we built before. These were just temporary blocks that we were using before. Alright guys, so now since we have all of those temporary blocks broken, iron golems soon will start spawning. But what we're going to do is, of course, stupid me, I kind of jacked up a little bit. I can't really. So what we're going to do is take our water buckets back out. We're basically going to do the same thing that oh, look, we already got an iron golem spawning, but we're going to place water buckets all along this edge, just like that, and then do that on this side as well, just like this. And then we're going to place a water bucket right here, and a water bucket right here, and then let's push this guy. I guess he doesn't want to be pushed, so should have something like that. It is a little weird because there's like a weird H shape, so in order to fix that, we're just simply going to place 2 more water buckets right here along the edge, just like that. And then we should get this perfect 3x3 hole. And unfortunately, I kind of built this on a super flat world, so I actually can't really show you this part, so I'm going to go build this in a separate location. Okay guys, so I know this will be kind of confusing, but of course I accidentally did this on a super flat world, which I kind of didn't realize, but let's say that this hole right here, this 3x3 hole, this hole represents this right here. So what we're going to do is be making the kill chamber. So how we're going to do this is dig a couple, about 3 blocks down, and then we're going to take our hoppers out, and then our chest out, just our normal chest, and then what we're going to kind of do is break a little room off to the side, so just kind of pretend that this is all underground. I'm very sorry about this, guys. This probably makes it so much more confusing than it needs to be, but this is just like an little underground room right here. I actually need to make this one bigger. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we should have something like this, and then we're actually going to break down 1 more block, so we should have 4 blocks in total, just like that. And then what we're going to do is place a double chest right here. It should be right there, and we're going to place 9 hoppers right here. So we're going to have the first one go into there, then that one into that hopper, that one into that hopper, into that one, 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 and then into this one. So if we drop any block anywhere, it should make its way all the way over to this chest right there. Perfect. So then what you can do is make this room just kind of a little glass chamber area, and then you can kind of dig a little hole out into the normal kind of place. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to take out some signs and then a lava bucket, and then we're going to put our signs all along right here, just like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then we're going to take our only lava bucket and we're going to place this right here, just like that. Alright guys, so once we get that in, just pretend like, if that makes more sense, the lava bucket should be about right here, and then the kill chamber would be all underneath here that we just showed over there. But I'm very sorry once again about that. But once we do that, we are pretty much done. Sometimes the iron golems have a little bit of trouble getting down in here, so what I like to do is take out some glass panes and put some glass kind of going along here, just like that. Boom. So that is actually our entire iron golem farm complete. This farm does about a stack an hour, I would say. It is very efficient. You also will get occasionally, cats. You'll sometimes get wandering traders, all of that good stuff. But sometimes if there's lots of people that have the issue of iron golems like not spawning, or they're spawning at the beginning and now they're not. Sometimes you just kind of have to try to fix it yourself. Sometimes it's because sometimes there'll just be a villager that kind of got out of place and is dead now or something. So if they aren't spawning in a while, you might want to come up here and check to make sure all the villagers are actually in place. Make sure there are enough beds. There should be 21 in total, so 5, 5, 5, 5, and then the one up here. What you can sometimes do is check to make sure that the leader of the village is this guy right here, because if it is not, then sometimes iron golems won't spawn in the right place. What you can also do is change the location of the bell. So sometimes if you put it right there, it works better. Sometimes if you put it here, they're just kind of random little things that kind of affect how the actual farm works, which I've had many difficulties with those in the past. But as long as if cats are spawning, then at least some things are going right. It's just mostly if the cats are spawning with the iron golems or not. Something is wrong with the amount of beds or the villagers not actually being there, or the leader of the village. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode, another tutorial, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Or not episode, but you know what I mean.